Life is precious, and we all have the opportunity of living it to the fullest. Unfortunately, so few of us know how to manage it all. How do we account for our opportunities? How do we account for our time? How do we account for our relationships, health, spirituality, homes, finances, influence, and careers? How do we account for the one life we have to live? I am so glad you asked. In this program, you will find answers to all of these questions and more. Welcome to the Account for Your Life podcast with your host, the healthy accountant himself, Jay Moore.
What's happening, everybody? I want to welcome you back to another episode of the Account for Your Life podcast. Jay Moore here, the healthy accountant, helping you to account for your life. Today, here's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about how to embrace new beginnings. New beginnings. Guys, I'm super excited about this. And welcome to December. Welcome to the last 31 days of 2022. Can you believe it's been already we've completed 11 months of 2022, and look at this. We are moving into I believe a new beginning, right? Because it's a new day. You know, as I was driving to the gym today, I was saying to myself, man, you can start over. It's a new month. It's a new beginning. Let's embrace and let's look at what it means to start something over, and also, like, what's the one thing we need to actually embrace so that we can take this new beginning and push our lives to the next level. You ready for this? All right, look. So before I get started, I do want to invite you. I have to invite you, and this is one of the things that I realized. I have to invite you to the Good Accounting Challenge. And look, you're not coming to this challenge to learn accounting. I'm not teaching financial accounting, so it's not going to be boring. It's actually going to be pretty fun. What does that mean? You're going to learn things that you didn't realize that you need to account for. It's kind of like this podcast. You know, this podcast is about account for your life, but this is about business. So you want to join the Good Accounting Challenge at goodaccountingchallenge.com, so that you can run your business better, so that you can make more money, and so that you don't have to waste time like many of us have done. And man, I wish I had this early on. So look, let's jump right into this. Embracing new beginnings is interesting. 2019, January, it's a new beginning, right? You know, and I'm fired up for the new year. I'm doing what I always do. I'm at the gym, and there was a new beginning showed up. What was this new beginning? It was his voice. It was his voice that was calling out to me. And I'm like, who in the world? I said, who in the world has that kind of voice that's so powerful, you know, that seems to transcends life? Like that voice. Guys, do you realize one of your major gifts is your mouth? Your mouth is a gift. Now, I was listening to one of my mentors yesterday, and and he mentioned something about you. Dude, when you wake up in the morning, you wake up with you get so many gifts that by the time you get started, it's almost like, man, I've been blessed so much already. So you already have this gift coming out of your mouth. And here it is. I'm listening. Another gift. My ears are listening to something that would ultimately help me to change my life. Let me ask you a question. Were you looking for a new beginning today? That day that I was at the gym, I was not looking for a new beginning. Even though it was January, like many people was probably at the gym saying to themselves, man, 2019 is going to be the year that I shed all the weight. 2019 is going to be the year that I stay committed to my health and to my working out. And I'm pretty sure that there's a large number of people who did not stay committed after January. Here it is. It's 3 years later. You know, I've been committed to that. But that particular day, something happened. A new beginning showed up. Look, a lot of times when new beginnings show up, we're not ready. Most of the time, we're not ready, right? Come on now, you know that could be true. Most of the time, we may not be ready for what the new beginning offers. Here's what I heard, and this is one of the implementations that I plan on implementing this coming year, even from today. It was what I heard. Here's the statement: turning followers into leaders and leaders into agents of change. That was the message coming out of Monroe Global for all the videos of Dr. Miles Monroe. And here's what's interesting. They don't play that anymore. They played that 2019, 2020, and in 2020, maybe probably throughout 2020, most of 2021. But I noticed they don't, on newer videos, they're not looking to turn followers to leaders and agents of change. That's no longer their message, which I find to be odd. Even though it could still be their message, but they don't lead with that intro any longer. I said, that's interesting. That's a new beginning for me. But that new beginning got me here. It's been 3 years. And I said, okay, if they're not doing it, then that means I'm going to do it. See, guys, here's the one thing. Here's the one thing we have to embrace with new beginnings: the intention. What is the intention of where it is that we're going now? Because when you're talking about a new beginning, it's kind of like I'm starting a new business. Yeah, good accounting is. It's funny. I was talking to a good friend of mine, and I was sharing with him the premise of good accounting and what it is that I'm doing. He was like, "Man, that's good." He was like, "Oh my goodness, yo." He says, "Dude." He says, people got to get that. He said, "I know a lot of people." Like it was almost like it immediately jumped on him. I said to myself, wow, that's interesting. See, new beginnings. Here's what happens at the beginning. We see it, but we have to then intend for everything. The intention of where we're going has to override everything. Just like, you know what? I'm unapologetically going to say good accounting is just about every business's problem if they're doing less than $1 million. If they're doing less than $1 million, and you know what? I'll come down. Less than $500,000. More than likely, good accounting is part of their problem. Like, really? Accounting is the problem? Yeah, accounting is the problem. Accounting is the problem. Yes, accounting is the problem. Here's how I know accounting is the problem. Well, Christians, people who believe in God, we're all waiting for Jesus to come back, right? You're waiting for Jesus to come back. And in waiting for Jesus to come back, I was talking to my mom about this recently. Shout out to my mom. She listened. Hey, what's going on, Mom? We were talking just recently, and we were talking about the second coming of Christ. No, not really the second coming. We just talked about the fact that, yes, we'll go back to heaven, and it's like a vacation. But she said something. She says, yeah, so we can go look in the books. Did you hear the word? So we can go look in the books. We're going to go look in the books. That means that there's an accounting of everybody's life who did not turn over their life. See, for those of us that turned over our life, we won't listen. All the bad stuff we did won't even be there. It would just be the accounting of all the good and how Jesus basically was his life stood in front of us. So the accounting, God is accounting for everything that we do. See, a lot of times we don't realize this. We're not thinking when we're out. It's kind of like, oh, I'm doing something in secret. No one's thinking, man, someone's watching me. When the last time you wasted time and said, man, someone was watching how I used that time? Most of us are, dude, like, it's kind of like, yeah, I take a few minutes and I scroll on my phone. I'm like, oh my goodness, I just wasted 30 minutes. I just wasted an hour. Man, I just wasted a couple hours. Man, I just wait. But we don't look at it as waste. But in the book, man, look at them wasting all that time. Man, they could have been trying to discover themselves. They could have been trying to figure out how this whole accounting things work, and they're not doing it. Accounting is the highest level of living. It is. It's the highest level. And look, it could be my perspective. You don't have to agree with me. But let's think about that new beginning, because I want to end this in just a couple minutes here. The new beginning, what happens is we have to show up now saying, wait, something's new. Like today's December 1st. We now have the ability. We can make a decision to change our life again today. That's what I did. So I'm going to change my life again today. Like, just do something totally new. And doing something, not really doing something new, but really embrace the intention of where it is I'm going. Good accounting, that's my life. Son, that's your life, son. That's your life. What's your life look like? What does your life look like? A lot of times we want to get the business off the ground, but what does your life look like? If we don't have a picture of our life, it's going to be hard to do the business. It's going to be hard. Unless you're just an outlier. Now, if there's some outliers, it's just business. But here's the thing: even those people, say Elon Musk, Stephen Jobs, these people were outliers, and they took their life and they converged everything together with their life. Now, now, Jobs, we know that he regretted things about his life too, because he became the business. We got to make sure that we become our life first. So new beginnings, because I'm gonna let you go in about a minute or two. New beginnings. Here's how we have to embrace it. What's the intention of my life? Back in 2021, I wrote something on my board that said, intention is set to build your life. Write that down. You should put that to memory. Intention is set to build your life. What is intention? Intention is something that happened before the time and before the time. God's intention for your life already happened. He's already done it. And because he's already done it, then we have to catch up to what that intention is so that we can now align ourselves. And here's the thing, that's a new beginning, because we weren't doing it before. And if you weren't doing it before, then that we should start doing it now. What do you think? What do you think about your life today as you embrace a new beginning today on December 1st, 2022? It's a brand new day. We'll come back tomorrow. We'll talk about new beginnings again, because it'll be a brand new day. We'll come back the next day. It'll be a brand new day. When we come back on, God willing, we're here on January 1st. It'll be a brand new day and a brand new year. Let's look at every day is new. It's a new beginning. And no matter what's happened in the past, we can move forward with intention. Remember, intention is set to build your life. Build your life today. Embrace what new beginnings is, which is intention, and allow intention to help you get to the level that you know you're being called to, so you can be that person, do the things. Ultimately, you'll have some stuff as well. Guys, I appreciate you for joining me for this episode of the Account for Life podcast. I'm Jay Moore, the Healthy Accountant. Look, if you've not gone through the Good Accounting Challenge, you want to make sure you register for this challenge. It's coming up on December the 12th, and you don't want to miss it. You want to account for your life, your business, and you want to then get to a new level. So go register today, and look, also share that with your friends so that they too can experience this new beginning. God bless you. I'll see you on the next episode. Peace.
Thanks for joining us, listening friends. We are so glad you invested this time with us. Always remember, you only have one life to live, so live it to the fullest. This has been the Account for Your Life podcast with your host, the healthy accountant himself, Jay Moore. Until next time, make it a great day.